Hey, this is Adrian Gomez with 212 Athlete. I apologize for not getting this to you sooner. Going to talk a little bit about, we're going to go into lower body first and work our way up to the upper body. So power to the back leg. His hips riding a little bit high as he throws. I think the video on the right actually looks a little bit better. He's sitting a little bit better, but 114 is a little bit high. I'd like to see it, maybe 2 or 3 inches lower. Sitting into that back leg and being able to push. As far as the back leg, he does delay this back leg, which looks pretty good, and then shoves his hip through while staying connected to the ground. He's about to release the ball, but now his leg comes off. So we want to stay on there a little bit longer. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But definitely power to the back leg, one of his weaknesses. Plant leg, looking at his front knee, doesn't move a ton, which is good, but his back leg, as he throws that ball, when there's no connection to the ground, it's hard for him to pull down. And so as he throws, his leg goes way far around, and that's slowing down his hips. So we want those to go quicker, like this. I think the one on the right is a better throw than the one on the left. He's still swinging out, but his leg, as he releases the ball, maybe they're about the same. But we want to clean up that back leg and let his hips rotate a lot faster. All right, so no internally rotated front knee, which is good. I think he does a good job of keeping his leg there. At plant leg, angle-wise, we're looking at about 93 degrees. I'd like to see beyond that. I'd like to see about 110. So I'd like to see, another foot, maybe a foot and a half of drive. That's going to force his back leg to stay on and then be able to get through that front leg a little bit better. So definitely his stride needs to get a tad bit longer, just to be able to stay on the ground and drive through that back leg. So that's definitely something I want him to work on, is that stride angle. All right, posture, ball release. There's the release right there on the spine. And as he throws, when he starts, he's this way. And when he finishes, he's across that. So when we have him start, instead of him going forward, we want him to stay back, as in keeping your chest back and then also staying back over that back leg. And that's going to help him a ton when it comes to that posture change. So posture, I'd like to say he's either an A. He's more of an A than a B. All that means is we want to stay in that same slot when he lifts his legs, so we're not having to move that head so much. That's going to help him with strikes. So there's a lot of things that he does well there. All right, we're going to look at launch now. And right around there, right around past that front foot, which is good. It's not bad. I think it's marginal. And so that's something that I want him to work on. I think not getting around his hip and getting through his hip, letting his hips rotate this way as opposed to going way out here. That's going to help him get his chest over that front foot and finish this way. That release point is going to get better. That launch is going to get better. It's going to get later and later and later. So, all right. So that's launch. We're going to look at stacking. He does a good job of stacking in his back leg, and his upper body's there. Hey man, so after stacking, let's see here. After stacking, you stack pretty well when it comes to your head staying over your back foot and driving through. The transition of that, like you not extending your hips as far, and that extension with the stride angle, that's definitely going to be something that's going to help you accelerate your chest forward. So that transition is going to be really important. Off the top of my head, box drill 1, box drill 2, hooks, walking torques are going to help you extend and make that transfer through the back leg to the front leg. And that's going to make you just that much faster through that upper body. So that leads us into the front glove. The front glove actually looks pretty good. You do a good job of staying pretty firm. I do think that's something that you could work on a little bit better. You can see how this rotation comes up and over this way, as opposed to rotating around your body. And I think that's why that arm flies out a little bit. So definitely think that that front glove could be a little bit better. That's something I want you to work on. You can put a 2-pound ball in your glove and use that through some of the drills to help support you. And that leads us into the elbow. We're going to look at where your elbow is in relationship to your shoulders. So I'm going to take a measurement off your shoulders and measure down a little bit to your elbow. So there is a little bit right here. You can see how this elbow stays down. You are leading with that elbow as opposed to leading with your chest. So final arcs, 45-degree knees, box drill 1s are going to be really crucial for you to get that right, so that your elbow's not low and you're not leading with your elbow. I want you to lead with your chest. That's going to help a ton. So you definitely have a low elbow, so that's something I want you to work on. That leads us into chest extension, right around release point right there, measuring off your back hip to your chest, about 33 degrees. I want it to be around 50. So we're looking at 4 or 5 inches down to 50, but then also you take that and you bring it up about 180 degrees. That's where your leg should be. So your leg should be a little bit straighter and connected to the ground, and so that's why that stride, I think, is going to kind of connect everything. I don't think you're rotating through as long as you should. All right, last thing, arm fly out. You have a little bit of an arm fly out. I don't think it's crazy, so I don't want you to worry about that. This position right here, going back to your lower body, you're squatting well with your back leg, but I think your chest going forward is something that I want you to stay back a little bit further, and that's going to help you a ton. All right, brother. Thanks for sending this in. I apologize for the late delivery, and I will talk to you soon.